In this educational episode about Pi Network, I'll guide you through the validation process. As you already know, one of the three crucial cornerstones towards the open mainnet in 2024 is the KYC process. Given that there are regions with a lack of validators, I hope this video will serve as motivation and inspiration for those who have passed the KYC but haven't yet applied to become validators. I can't directly log into my validator dashboard and start validating because it's forbidden to do so. Of course, it makes sense we can't share, download, or take screenshots of anyone's personal information. I'll explain more about this later in the video. Therefore, I'll use the validator tutorial and add my experience to it just to demonstrate how it's done. Understand that if we truly want an open mainnet this year, then we need everyone on board. Things won't complete themselves. Once you successfully complete your KYC process, you will have the option to become a validator and assist the KYC process by validating others. If you decide to do so and apply as a validator, you'll need to go through the validator tutorial and take the validator quiz. Inside the tutorial, you have 8 steps to complete, which will guide you on what you need to check. Occasionally, practicing and enhancing your validator knowledge inside the tutorial will be necessary for future validations, especially if there are any changes made. As you can see in the first step of the tutorial, you have 2 tasks: read the question and visually confirm it. The question you are being asked is as follows, and it applies to all countries. Is this a passport of the United States? Then, visually examine the image provided and answer the question. If the image indeed shows a passport of the United States, your answer is yes. If the image provided displays a different type of document, then you answer with no and select one of the reasons already provided. For instance, in this case, if the image shows an ID document rather than a passport, our answer would be no, with the reason being incorrect ID. The second task for document matching is similar to the previous one. Read the question and examine the image to confirm if they match. In this instance, we are asked, is this the passport of France? Once we visually confirm that it is, our answer is yes, and we proceed to the next validation. In the third tutorial, we are provided with blurry footage. The question posed is this an ID card from the United Kingdom? Without a second thought, the answer is no. The reason is unclear image. In the fourth step, we begin dealing with identity matching. You will be provided with an ID image of the individual alongside their personal selfie. Minor differences are allowed, such as changes in hair color, glasses, or a beard, as long as the individual remains recognizable as the same person. If you have no issues with the match, proceed with yes. However, if there are discrepancies, such as an unclear image or mismatched photos, proceed with no and select your reason. I personally have encountered numerous instances where individuals looked nothing like the persons in their ID images, so exercise caution during this step. The next step in line is focusing on the liveness check. You may recall encountering this during your KYC process. You were prompted to record yourself, turning your head left, right, up, and down, and to make facial expressions like smiling or blinking. That's precisely what we're doing here. We are presented with a recording of an individual, and our task is to verify that it's a real person. If upon viewing the video feed you confirm it's a real individual, your answer is yes. However, if you encounter malicious attempts where someone records only their forehead, a wall, their hand, or holds an ID in hand while recording, or if the video feed is static, your answer should be no. The reason would be not a live video. Similarly, if you receive a black screen, the answer is no, with the reason being no video. The seventh step in the tutorial focuses on name verification. We need to check if the name provided in English and its respective native language in the Pi app matches the name provided during the KYC process on the document. If there are no obvious discrepancies in the provided names, our answer is yes. However, if the names differ, then the answer is no, accompanied by one of the reasons provided. The eighth and final step in the tutorial focuses on name update appeal checks. If there are minor changes, such as from Elizabeth to Elizabeth, your answer is yes. However, if there are significant changes, like from Sarah to Jolene or from Mark to Luke, it's clearly a different name, and your answer is no. The reason would be one of the account or appeal names is different. I hope this provides clarity on what validators do and emphasizes the importance of this role. I've emphasized multiple times that honorable validators are the pillars of the Pi network. If you perform your duties diligently, no individual will be left behind, and malicious entities won't succeed in verifying multiple accounts. To conclude, let's proceed with the validator quiz. It's crucial to understand this and avoid any mistakes that could result in undesirable actions from the Pi network towards your account. Question number 1. When can validators share validation data? The answer is never. Validators should never share validation data under any circumstances. Question number 2. When can a validator download, record, screenshot, or store validation data? The answer remains, never. Never download, record, screenshot, or store validation data. Lastly, regarding privacy penalties, copying, screenshotting, sharing, recording, downloading, and/or storing any data from validation work may result in severe penalties. Remember, all your validation work is watermarked with your Pi username, making it easy for them to identify you if you violate any rules. That concludes today's episode on the Pi network topic. I hope you found it informative. Stay safe, be honorable, and consider joining the Validator program.